Hello and welcome to another video, and today I'm just going to commentate over me and my friend HenoHendrix. Henry will be two-manning the Crota's End raid. You can use this strategy, very nice easy strategy to get through it. I will warn you, some cheeses are used. We stand on top of the rock at the end of lamps and we despawn the enemies at the start of the bridge encounter. Now if you don't want to cheese, then you just got to hold out at the end of lamps, and for the bridge you can kind of like balance the button so you don't get killed by the totems and you can still build the bridge. We struggle to get that to work, so we just use the despawning enemies strategy. So we land in here. Should have really cut this bit out, but we'll show the entire raid. So we immediately just run onto the button and wait for the bridge to build. So what we're using, Henry's using a Deathsinger Warlock, the Fang of Eryut Icebreaker, and the Hunger of Crota. He then later swaps to a Longbow Synthesis and a Yalahorn. Throughout the raid I'll be using a Fatebringer, Icebreaker, and a Hunger of Crota. I failed this jump miserably, and so does he, I think. But yeah, I'll be using that gear setup until the final section. Crota will swap to a Red Death, Found Verdict, and a Hunger of Crota. And you'll see why I use the shotgun then. So, yep, the game respawns us, and we jump into the spire thing that takes us down into the raid. So as we land, we immediately run off to the chest. After a couple of resets, it's in the first room. We then wipe and we start the actual raid bit. So that whole section will get cut out. So here we are. See a nice short length there. It was in the first room. We spawn and immediately head off to the first lamp. Now immediately there was a slight miscommunication. I said that we should fight a little bit at the first lamp. However, he just runs straight past, but not to worry, we both managed to get through fine. 1 second. Sorry about that. So yeah, we just kind of run past the second lamp, never fight at the second lamp, it's awful. And because I got a little bit of head of Henry there, I am able to cover him a little bit with the Icebreaker. So I'm just kind of using the Fate Ring a lot just because of how explosive it is. And it was getting quite hot there, so we bail out and try to spend a little bit more time. This one, I am using trip mines, which bites me in the back later on, you'll see. I hate trip mines. I've stopped using them completely since this raid. It's terrible for killing yourself. So yeah, it's run to a lamp, fight until we got Weight of Darkness 0, and then repeat. If it is quite nasty, we may stay a little bit just to fire off some icebreakers, since the explosion is very nice for this section of the raid. Just up the hill here, turn around, fire off again, another trip mine. Doesn't take out that many, I think it was just one. And off we go to the next lamp. So yeah, if you've got an Icebreaker, this bit just immediately comes easy. I'd say the Icebreaker is probably better than the multi-tool, just because you don't get the multi-tool sprint bonus, or movement bonus when you're sprinting. It's only when you're not sprinting, which is good for Weight of Darkness 10, but we don't really hit Weight of Darkness 10. You can, with the Icebreaker's movement speed bonus, which is the same as the multi-tools, just because it's +2 agility, you can move the same speed. And HenoHendrix then, there, he just moves my heavy ammo out of reach. Screw him, I just wanted to point that out. So yeah, you don't get any true movement speed bonuses over the Icebreaker when using the multi-tool, and the Icebreaker is very highly explosive, so generally the better weapon. Yeah, they're perfect example. There, the Icebreaker is very useful for this. And in normal mode, it can one-shot the knights, and that's where the trip mine screws me over. It's just before the lamp blows up as well, so as Henry comes in here to revive me, the lamp blows up and kills him. However, he has self-res, he revives me, and we're on our way. I think this is the one time we do hit Weight of Darkness 10, but it doesn't really matter. I forgot to set out my golden gun properly for this. It doesn't have the combustion perk, so it was kind of useless, considering the Fatebringer one-shots them anyway. So I don't know why I use golden gun. However, if you are doing this as a gunslinger, then definitely put combustion on. Make it so much easier for you. Here it just starts getting really nasty, so we just bail the hell out. Both of us are on low life here, I think. However, he throws a nice placed fusion grenade. Makes it a little bit easier. And here comes the second knight. He's not too much trouble. It's a single sniper shot of good impact, like the longbow synthesis or the icebreaker will one-shot him. And we continue running up this hill, which is a common place to get lost. Don't get lost there, it will tend to cause your death. Now, thinking back, if we were to do this again, which we probably will, I'd probably go as a warlock, just because solar grenades are so powerful for this section. You can just throw a solar grenade and stand in it, and they won't touch you. So that makes Sunbreakers very useful. Sunbreakers are an excellent exotic for this section, if you are a warlock. And I'm actually more comfortable in sword bearing as a warlock than I am as a hunter. I rarely play hunter in PvE. And as I say here, we jump on top of the lamps. If you don't want to choose in a two-man, then you can stay down and fight. However, we just jump on here because we can. And Henry fails to get on top of the rock, which we kind of need him up there because that's the one with the good view on the ogre. We manage to get up in the end after a self-res, and we just clear out the thrall. The ogre spawns. I don't really have a clear shot at his spawn. Henry does though, but he doesn't take it, and then the ogre teleports. That's wonderful when that happens in hard mode, and you're the only one alive. Yay. But yeah, nice hunger of Crota there, and the icebreaker makes short work of him. And here's just listening to the overly epic music while we sit here and throw a throwing knife that doesn't hit anything. And look at Matt Hunter. Henry falls off, but it doesn't trigger any spawns. And yeah. Only the bridge is almost formed. I think it's about to form now. There it is. And we jump across into the light at the end of the tunnel to claim our reward. Now, for the bridge, I do accidentally start recording late. We took quite a few attempts at this, just because we couldn't quite get over the bridge too easily. However, I'll just pause the video and explain what was missed. So, all that was missed was... I can't pause it. Shit. Okay, I can't pause it for some whatever reason. Basically all that happened was Henry went into the out of bounds spot, I summoned the enemies, killed myself, Henry waited in the out of bounds spots until the enemies despawned, and then he jumped down to revive me, and the sword bearer, I keep getting those mixed up, the sword bearer stays alive, so we can just gank him. I jump on this rock, line up with that, blink up and start slashing. Because of how blink works, you can actually blink twice in a single flight, making it extremely overpowered. I saw somebody do it in PvP the other day, that really threw everybody off. And I hide behind here. since there is quite a few thrall, and I'm not comfortably mobbing with a Blade Dancer, so I stay here. I'm also still using the Aquaphage Symbiote, because I do not have a good Blade Dancer helmet since my Mask of the Third Man is still actually level 30. But yeah, I just kind of keep my head poked round, take out some thralls, so it's not just me dancing, watching Henry snipe everything. I actually do help out, take a few things. Good shot there from Henry. And the ogre spawned really quickly, which was good, so I can burn this one down nice and easily as the acolytes miss. Wait for this final shot. There it is. And now thralls are just trying to murder me. Continue to snipe this ogre, some thralls going to get a bit too close for comfort. Thankfully the Icebreaker's explosive is really powerful. And that wizard did not care that I was invisible. Just didn't even care. Just like, yeah, you're invisible, I'll still kill you though. So the game respawns us, we collect our heavy ammo, we then wipe to reset the timer on the Shriekers. As soon as I spawn, I change to jump, but Henry's already gone and left without me, which is fair enough. I think he swapped to a Yalhorn at this point, so he can one-shot the Shriekers without too much trouble. And we both make it through with relatively little difficulty. And we both get through the door. Claim our prize of 2 energies and 2 shards. I then spent some time here. I rarely play a hunter, so I'm just kind of pushing buttons and see what they do to the stats. I go for a nice armor and agility one, I think. Yep, and I'm done now. I think Henry gets a bit impatient, shoots me a little bit there. We jump down here and decide who's going where. Now I will end up going left, and he will end up going right. That is stage left, stage right, when looking towards the Crota standpoint. So we just get ready here. Henry is not using solar grenades, so he can't bring out the wizards that way. However, bringing them out of their little hidey hole is not difficult, so we just take the long way around there. Now here I should have just kept the Icebreaker in my hand. I don't know why I didn't. It gives me extra agility. But it doesn't particularly matter, summon mine, run around this pillar, and I get out with without being hit, which is nice. So yeah, I just swap to the Icebreaker and I just gun down this wizard here. I miss a couple of shots, but that's not too bad. It's got relatively low health on normal mode. There it goes. I swap to the Hunger of Crota, ready to take out the Shrieker. Now, of course, if you've got a Yalhorn, you can gun down the wizard as soon as she comes out to make things a bit quicker. However, it is unnecessary since the sniper rifle will do the work. So I take out that Shrieker, Henry takes out his wizard, and he's going to take out his Shrieker. I just kind of sit here, being extremely unhelpful. Being unhelpful is definitely the best thing to do. And now we just kind of wait for Liturgy, since it's much easier to kill her when she's doing that. And we just kind of snipe off some knights. Just kill some knights and acolytes. It's worth noting here, it's probably better to use a black hammer, but I don't have one, and neither does Henry. It's the one Crota weapon I don't have. Now that I don't shoot them just because Henry's looking for heavy ammo, so I just let him kill them. I'm not sure if things that I kill drops him ammo. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but he just shoots them just in case it doesn't. work out that way. So here, me just being extremely unhelpful again. Now I try and time it so I can get in there invisible. I end up screwing up my timings. But it's not to worry. Deathsinger can be gunned down extremely easy. And there is actually, I'm going to try and do a solo raid as soon as I get a yellow horn. But on the posts just to my left here, you can actually stand on them. And there's one where you can see Deathsinger where she is now. And you can just snipe her really easily without having any problem. You don't have to come into this room. I jump up on here, finish off Deathsinger with my Hunger of Crota. And that's her dead. And then I cut to us gaining the rewards, just because it's just us standing in a tower sniping off knights. So I clear out that room. I think Henry's gone AFK for a second. And I just finish off these with Arcblade, which summons the knight, which triggers the checkpoint. There he is. And it gives me a red death and some shards, which quickly became a shard itself. So here to Crota. So yeah, I just use Arcblade and Razor's Edge to kill them before the barrier goes down. And I use a fairly level enough so it's got a first damage upgrade, I think, and it's got the healing effect on it, so that is all I need. Just help gun down these acolytes and knights. Nice and easily. Pick up some ammo. I was already full on my found verdict. And run over here to help Henry finish off his knight. There we are. Okay, and for this section, because Henry, because you can only hold 7 yellow horns, we need 8 to kill Crota, which means we have to rely on heavy ammo drop. So what we do is we wait here until his heavy ammo synth is less than 2 minutes away. A Crota rotation is a minute. I just cut it forward there. A Crota rotation is a minute, so it needs to be under 2 minutes before we start, so he can use a synth before we need to bring him down again. Of course, you can wait extra long, but we didn't want to spend too much time in case I screwed up. And yeah, if you wait long enough, Crota actually just sits down. He just sits down. We did not know that. And that ended up throwing me off because I didn't realise the sword bearer is out yet, and I ended up getting hit in the back here. But yeah, found verdict. I love that weapon. So I jump up here, crouch to go invisible. As soon as I go invisible, I jump up, call Henry to bring in the rain with his yellow horn. And all of these times, I could have hit him 4 times, but I didn't want to risk anything. Wait till he goes blue again, at which point some more rockets hit him. And I can get some more hits. Again, I could have hit him 4 times, I didn't want to risk it. This is only normal mode, 3 is more than enough to kill him in 2 swords. So that's a rotation. We move inside. He rotates here for a single minute, which is again why we wait 2 minutes until his heavy ammo synth is below 2 minutes. And he can then use a synth before Crota rotates again, giving him enough ammo to bring him down at least twice. So yeah, Henry waits by the door so he can get to the center quicker. This is where he's using a synth, but a thrall just gets a bit nosy there, so I have to take that out, since Henry's stuck in a menu. So yeah, if he gets to the center quicker, he can help shoot in at the swordbearer and thralls before I get there, which just makes my job a little bit easier. Since the thralls will screw you over, you have to stand on that central pedestal. If you stood right in center, nothing can hit you. It's worth jumping occasionally in case, because if the sword bearer can still hit you there if he's in the right place. So you just got to be really careful. And here he is. So this little pedestal thing there, I end up screwing up my jump, but that's okay. Goes in with a Hunger of Crota, jump down, just to shotgun spam him. And it's quicker, just run forward, even though I prefer the other rock. Turning around would just take too long. I crouch, wait for the invisible, I get it, and it rings in some rockets, and start slamming immediately. Drop my sword, go invisible. All rockets are sent in, and he's just 2 slams away from death. And now we are, and we each get a sword breaker, and Henry gets a last word, which also became a shard. And that is 2-man in Crota. As I say, as soon as I get a Jarlhorn, I will try and 1-man him, which is going to be interesting and difficult and all that malarkey. So there we are, a hunter and a warlock. He didn't really need to be a warlock, he can be any class. It is easier to sword bear as a hunter as you can go invisible on his platform, but I prefer doing it as a warlock. So that's that. And we head to orbit and proceed on with our Guardian lives. That pretty much ends it out. We have a look at the reward at the end here. See, he got the last word there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.